Good morning, everyone. Thank you so much for joining us this morning for our quarterly discussion. Just a quick update on loggers. So another thing we're going to be doing a little bit differently this time than we've done in the past is we're going to actually let you choose the topics that we talk about. It's looking like, big shocker, the number one topic, inflation and COLAs. So we can start with that. Number two option is legislative session update, and recruiting and retaining employees is number three. So inflation and COLAs, you want me to start off with that?
Yeah,
you can jump in.
Yeah.
Sure. So I think obviously inflation has been a big thing, a big topic for everyone. I want to start off by saying that at Loggers, we're very, very proud of the fact that when inflation is rising, we've been able to pay COLAs to our retirees. And that's because of the financial stability that we have. And so we don't expect that to change.
Yeah, just want to make a couple of comments. I know all retirees would like to get the absolute highest amount that they could receive, and we get that. There is a statutory cap by law, and we look in going forward years cumulative at that. So we take into account all years of the CPI in making all of your not only current but future adjustments. One of the features that I want to talk about is Loggers has what's called a separate benefit reserve fund. That works is when any Loggers member retires, we actually do a transfer from the employer at the time that that person retires into the Loggers benefit reserve fund. All of the assets we have projected to need to fully fund that retiree's benefit, not only now, but going into the future. And then all of those assets are held in a separate account, a separate benefit reserve fund, to make sure that we can pay increases into the future. And a lot of systems don't have that. Then that separate benefit reserve fund gets credited with interest gains every year. That fund actually not only is 100% funded, it's 117% funded. So we have retirees ask questions all the time, which I would ask as well. How secure is the Loggers system, and how secure can I feel about my retiree checks? And again, I would argue, probably the most secure system in the entire country, because we have that separate benefit reserve fund that not only is fully funded, but it has a little bit of a cushion in there to make sure that all of those retiree assets and all of those retiree benefits are fully funded and very secure going into the future.
Let's move on to the second most popular topic from the poll, which was 2022 legislative updates. I'll let Bob start on that one.
Yeah, thank you, Jeff. We had two bills that we filed this year, as some of you may remember. It's called a public safety bill. Is what the law used to say is public safety folks were only defined as commissioned police officers and firefighters. We had a number of folks over the years and a number of employers over the year that essentially said those public safety folks in the EMT, the dispatchers and jailers normally have basically double duty or do the same type of roles as those commissioned or official public safety officers. The local employer wanted the option under Loggers to define them with the same retirement benefits that the firefighters and police officers had. And the only difference in benefits between general employees and police officers and firefighters are police officers and firefighters, due to the nature of their job, they had a age 55 normal retirement age versus age 60 retirement age under law. We regrouped our effort and did a lot of communication. And this year we filed two bills. We filed House Bill 1473 on the House side and a companion bill, Senate Bill 655 on the Senate side, just to allow that language to be added to all counties, where all counties and all employers within those counties would simply have the option to add this provision. I will tell you that the House bill has passed the House and it's gone to the Senate and it's awaiting a hearing in the Senate. The Senate bill has passed the Senate side and it is awaiting a hearing in the House. I will tell you that on the House side, there were 1,624 bills that were first read into the record. Only 38 bills have been passed so far. Ours is one of those bills. Again, it's passed the House, it's waiting to be passed in the Senate. On the Senate side, there were 676 bills. 10 were passed. And again, we are one of the 10, one of the very few bills that have been passed. So hopefully we'll get that bill passed. There have been no opposition to it.
The next topic that we're going to talk about is recruiting and retaining employees. This is a really hot topic right now, all over the United States, public sector, private sector. It's something that's top of mind for all employers. And obviously it's something that we are paying attention to here at Loggers, because we view the benefits that we offer as a tool for our employers to use to attract and retain people. And we've heard from our employers over the last couple of years, they're having difficulties, increasingly difficult time attracting and retaining good employees to serve their community. We are looking for ways to help our employers. Just, one of the things that we're doing as far as a retention tool is, over the last year and a half, we've put a higher priority on being on site with our members and providing specific education to newly hired and maybe mid-career folks who are earlier in their career, talking about the value of this benefit to them. And that's really started to make a difference. That's one of the things we're doing just on, once you hire someone, you want to be able to keep them. And I think if they understand the value of their Loggers benefit, that's going to help. And we've also been working with our employers on developing a web page that our employers are going to be able to use in their job postings that kind of explain at a high level what Loggers is and the value that it brings. So when they put a job posting out there, they can say, hey, we have the Loggers retirement plan, click this link to learn more. But again, I think the more that we can help our employers to explain how valuable this is across all of the career stages, the better off we're going to be.
Yeah, I think it's like a lot of issues, whether it's dealing with legislators or dealing with employers and doing with with trying to attract and recruit. It's all about communication, and it's all about talking about solving a problem. And we have a problem, and it's been growing over the last number of years. It's getting good quality workers to not only apply and start working with a local government employer or any type of government employer, but stay. As we haven't somehow we've disconnected the value of long-term service in local government, and so we looked at that and said, well, gosh, as the employer X, one of our cities, offers great retirement benefits. They will get X% of their pay. But again, that may not mean a lot if you don't communicate it better to a younger employee. So we have retooled. Our communications team here has done a fantastic job retooling the way that we meet and we talk with not only younger employees, but all employees about the value of your Loggers benefit and what your employer is providing. So we actually have broken that down and actually retooled our communication and said, that's how much your employer values you right now. You may be 22 years old starting with this employer. That's how much they value you now. They want you to grow your career here and be part of this. They are saving now for you within the Loggers retirement system to provide that benefit with our employers about things that are working within the different communities. And if you look now, you're seeing more and more employers talk about, come build your future with us. Come help us build this community. And that's what we're finding. The younger workers, and this could be said really throughout time, they want to be part of something. And it's as simple as changing the messaging a little bit of come work for the city. You can build your career with the city over the next 25 or 30 years. But it's building that tie of your employer really cares about you and you're doing this together. And that's really what the younger workforce is looking for. they want to be part of something.
The last topic that we can talk about, just really quick financial status update of loggers. So you want to jump into that?
Yeah, we're really, again, it goes back to plan design within the loggers retirement system. Was we have fabulous plan design that makes our operation work very, very well. The entire system is 95.6% pre-funded. Every one of our 829 employers is making the full required contribution each and every month. As you hear all the time that defined benefit plans aren't working, you know, that they're old dinosaurs, nobody wants one of those anymore. And that couldn't be less true in Missouri. We actually add between 15 to 25 brand new employers every year into our system. The system is doing very, very well. And again, we're trying to be the absolute best tool we can to attract and retain the best quality people we can for our local communities.
Those are all the topics that you guys said that you wanted to hear from us about. I intend to do these every few months.
And if you have any question on anything that comes up, or if you think about it and think, well, I really don't know the answer to that, just please drop any of us an email.
Mm-hmm.
And we'd be glad to help, because, you know, we're very proud of the system, and the system is for our members and our communities and our employers and everyone involved. And it's working really well for everyone.